I want you for a second to imagine a world where you could control your data everywhere, whether it's financial data, personnel data, or any other kind of data. No matter where that data lives today or where that data may travel tomorrow. I want you to also imagine if that data ever got in the wrong hands, that you could actually kill with the touch of a button, access that data anywhere in the world. Imagine that kind of capability or that kind of power in our post-Snowden, post-OPM hack, post-Sony hack world. What if I told you that power actually exists today, because that's exactly what we do for our customers. We give our customers the ability to control their data simply everywhere. And we do that in a world where there are no longer any more digital borders, and where enterprises' perimeters are basically extremely porous and are collapsing all around us. We do it by taking security and policy and actually attaching it down to a data object itself, like a file, and having it follow that data everywhere. So that's exactly what we're going to show you in our demo here today. My colleague Grant is going to be able to show you exactly what I said. How to take a piece of information, a file, multiple types of files. It could be an Excel, it could be a Word document, it could be an investor letter, it could be anything like that. It could be a movie or an image. Be able to control who can get access to it, what they can actually do to that data, and have that literally follow the data everywhere. Right? So you can choose to have it at rest. You can choose to share it through Box or Dropbox or through email or a USB stick. It doesn't matter. Be able to audit and control whoever could get access to that data, have deep visibility into who's using that data, and then ultimately be able to kill access to that data anywhere and everywhere. And do it in a way that is not only as impenetrable as possible from a security perspective, but as invisible as possible to a user experience perspective as well, to make it as frictionless as possible. So with that, I'm going to hand it over to Grant to actually walk you through a few examples of how this is going to be done.
Great, thanks, Ajay. What we're going to do is take that information that Ajay was just talking about, some financial information, investor communications, and even some marketing material, and show how multiple channels we can secure that information en route the moment it's created or the moment it's shared, control the end user experience, track where it's gone, and revoke access. I have those 3 files right here. What I'm going to do is attach 2 of them to an email and show how in line, without changing the customer's workflow, we can protect this information. I've got an email here going to me and Ajay from someone outside of our organization. And I'm simply going to drag and attach these files. Vera at this point recognizes that I have attachments I might want to secure, and it allows me to determine at the single click of a button exactly what that recipient experience is going to be like. These are sensitive information, so I'm going to watermark them and send them on their way. Just like that, I've secured that information. Additionally, I can share these files via a sanctioned or unsanctioned file sharing service like Box. Perhaps I have a large video file that's too big to send an email. Simply by dragging and adding this file into a collaborative cloud folder, Vera is going to step in, secure that file, and make sure that anyone who accesses it is on the guest list. They're the only people who can see it and nobody else. Let's take a look at what that looks like from an end user perspective. I'm now the recipient of that email, and we'll open up Box in a moment here. But you'll see I've received this email in my Outlook with 2 attachments in it. And there are those 2 files that we just opened up. When I double-click to open that financial spreadsheet you saw at the beginning, behind the scenes, Vera is checking my identity, my permissions, and whether or not I can access that file or not. And then it's going to enforce permissions on that document. So when it opens up, it's going to open up in its native Excel document, its native Excel format. But my ability to do anything with that file is completely locked down. It's watermarked dynamically. I don't have to re-render that document. And my ability to edit, copy, paste information out of it, or even print is completely locked down. Where this starts to get really interesting is when you look at the tracking and monitoring capabilities of Vera. Because we have collapsed the security down to the level of the file, I can see everywhere this file has traveled across the organization. So whether it's gone via sanctioned channels or unsanctioned channels, I can control it. I can see right here, I was just working with that financial statement. I can see everything that's happened with the file from the moment it was created to the moment that it was accessed. And if I chose to And if I chose to then revoke access to this file, that scenario Ajay talked about, I can kill its ability to be opened at any point. Let's do that right now. The power of this is that now I can control files even after they've left my organization. So if you're trying to protect MNPI and other information, this may be ideal for your organization. Now when I go to open this file up again, that same check is going to happen in the background, and we will get a notification that my access to this file has been denied. Ideally. There we go. Perfect. No problem. The final thing is we have a pretty extensible platform. So we've built this ability to protect files through any channel. Actually, most recently, we've looked at where most content in an organization is traveling. And we've seen that Slack is starting to emerge in a lot of different organizations. We took our powerful platform and API and built an integration with Vera. So anytime we add a file, we've built a Vera bot that will identify that an unsecured file has been added to the channel. It will identify that file. You can see right here. Looks we've got an unsecure file coming in. Hang on while I protect that for you. The bot will remove that file. It will secure it in the background and repost the secure file into the Slack channel. And there we go. We have a secure file now, and its usage has been restricted only to the people who have access to that public channel.
Great. So what basically Grant has been able to show you, and if we rewind this a bit, is to literally give you control of your data everywhere, even once it's actually left your physical purview of control. So once it's outside your perimeter, you have the ability to be able to see who can get access to it, what they can do to it, and you saw something like a watermark, but can they copy and paste, can they print it, can they screenshot it, a whole variety of things across every different kind of data type, be able to track it, audit it, change any of those policies in real time, and kill access to it at will across all different kinds of file formats, data types, et cetera. So a very powerful capability that never existed before. Thank you so much.
Thanks, everyone.